coaching this generation's real estate superstars.
You ever known people that had failure in their life and it was always somebody else's fault? That's called a victim. What I like to hear is the people that have had failures in their life and they say, you know what, but let me tell you what I learned from that. I learned that I got to work harder. I got to do this or I need to do that. It's never about what someone else can do. And then I like to add one more, which is number 10, and it's called learning based. John Maxwell says you can't grow with people that aren't growing. So by the way, you can't grow if you're not growing. So number 10 is, I want people that are learning based. It's one of my number one questions. I remember getting up from an interview one time in Kentucky when I asked the gentleman what was the last book he read, and he said, oh, I don't have time to read. I said, this meeting's over. Have a nice day. Because I don't have time in my life for people that aren't learning and growing. I can't grow with people that aren't growing. So learning based is my number 10. And then here's the truth. The key is it's a numbers game. You must prospect large numbers on an ongoing basis. And the truth is you're looking for talent, super leaders. These are people who can lead themselves. And they also can lead others. And then on the next page it says, conduct yourself and run your company so that it's attractive to above average talent. You're going to implement the methods of recruiting. And you've got to use an above average approach to recruit and select people. And what I mean by that is, when you're recruiting talent, they already know what they want in life. They already know where they're going. That's the kind of people you want. And so you're not having to tell them where you want to go because they already have a place they want to go. And so your style is more of a consultative style. In other words, it's a discovery process to figure out where they want to be in 5 to 10 years and finding out if your vehicle will actually take them there. So it's a little different approach. I remember when we hired our first people on our staff, what we would do is we would spend forever selling them on why they should be with us. Anybody ever done that, trying to hire somebody? You'd spend the whole time talking instead of letting them talk so you get to know who they are, and then you get them in the office and go, who the heck hired that person? They look at you and go, you did. I did? But I never let them talk, so I never got to self-discover who they were. And so part of the process that changes is you learn a self-discovery process that teaches them to kind of be okay to get unpeeled and kind of layer them back to figure out who they are. I'll never forget when Gary took Brad through this very same process. When Gary began to talk to us about finding somebody that could replace me, I got real nervous. I'm making about $1 million a year in commissions at the time. My family, thank you. My family is depending on this money. We have no other money except that money. Thank you. I feel like Hillary. Don't you see her doing that on the coughing thing? They kept showing everybody, all the candidates coughing. But anyway, when Gary started talking to me about somebody that could actually replace me on the team rather than support me, I started getting real nervous. Who could do that? Nobody. And so we took him down. Gary took him through a 5-hour process called Recruit Select, and through that 5-hour process, afterwards he asked him to leave the room, and he said, well, what do you think? And I said, well, number one, I've known this guy for 15 years, and I have to be honest with you, I've never known him like I know him right now, so I'm embarrassed to say that. Number two, how in the world could I not hire this guy after just watching him unfold in front of me? And then number three, why in the world would he want to do it? Why wouldn't he just go out on his own? And through that process, what we discovered is if you went back to the board and circled every time Brad said the word team, be a part of a team, help something grow, take something to the next level, what we were unfolding is there are entrepreneurs in the world and there are entrepreneurs. And this guy's an entrepreneur. He loves to take something and help it go to the next level, but he doesn't necessarily want to go be the pioneer to get it all started. And so as I began to see that he liked to be a part of a team, he liked to take something to the next level, he liked to help something to grow, it became real obvious to me that there are people out there that actually want to be a part of something and take it to the next level. But by the way, if I'd have used my old style of approach, we'd have never figured that out. I'd have never known any of that. So it's more of a consultative approach. It's more of really a self-discovery process for you to help them figure out if this is the right match for them, because you don't want to put them in if it's the wrong match. You don't want them in the role and they don't want to be in the role, because you're going to be doing the same thing again in 90 days if you put the wrong person in.